NOAA has released its new winter outlook for Colorado and across the entire country, and the current lean, a dry and warm winter. Now, before we get into the specifics about this, I always emphasize the fact that these outlooks are a general 3-month snapshot. So that doesn't mean that every day is going to be hot and dry. It also doesn't mean that we're going to have a ton of snow either. These outlooks are also really prone to volatility. So, point being, take this with the tiniest, tiniest grain of salt, because the chances of it being dry and hot every day, obviously, basically nil. But in general terms, we could be looking at a drier and warmer winter than usual. Main reason being is the ENSO cycle, La Nina versus El Nino. Most computer models are indicating the potential for a weak La Nina, which tends to favor the Northwest with a bit more precipitation. And this outlook totally resembles a classic La Nina, which is warmer and drier further south and a little bit wetter and a little bit cooler further north. That said, we can see big winters in Colorado in La Ninas. So Colorado is in the middle of the continent, right? We're halfway between, the Seattle and Los Angeles. Point being, here in Colorado, we're right in the middle of things. And so we tend to see less impacts from the ENSO cycle. Honestly, it tends to be a bit more randomized. So I'm telling you that the overall outlook of things may be just leaning drier and warmer, but in my book, I would still leave a pretty good chance that we end up with a good winter, especially on the eastern plains, where our storms tend to come from upslope-driven storms, and that's a bit more randomized. So if you're a winter lover, don't exactly say, uh-oh, this is going to be a bad winter yet, because these outlooks, take them with a grain of salt.